And good evening and welcome to Lanier. It is the Mimi's Makings in Motion Speedweeks. It is officially kicking off here tonight. LSR TV, your home for live sim racing. Chris Dunn right here alongside the living legend himself, Brett Wheeler. Brett, good morning.
Good morning, buddy. How are we?
Doing great. Good evening here. Good morning where you are, as we have got a whole cast of characters here tonight. I believe upwards of 55 drivers have signed up, and I believe we've got about that much as well here right now, getting ready to roll here at Lanier. It is qualifying night for the Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals. We're going to have two complete races for you tonight, and the top two out of each of those features will qualify themselves into the Mimi's Makings in Motion's Nationals. That'll be on Tuesday night for night number 3 of Speed Weeks. And man, we have a whole host of people we want to give thank you to. First and foremost, Mimi's Makings in Motion for helping make all this possible. Haas Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swag, E-Raps and Graphics, Folds Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Clash Super Street Series, Race Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, Rocket, Scalf Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, that Rocket that was Richard Rocket's setups, by the way. He's given hard luck setup packages to the B out of two couple drivers out of the B and C mains. Scalf Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Loud Pedal Productions, all sponsoring this edition of Speed Weeks. And Brett, it's going to be one wild week, and hopefully we're going to get kicked off with a bang tonight.
Well, I mean, Lanier Speedway, this tight little 3/8-mile bull ring, plenty of action here, all throughout any cars here on the iRacing.com service, and looking forward to obviously LSR TV's coverage here all week long. Not just here, but you got to go to Weed Sport, and there's a whole list of other tracks. But yeah, super late models around Lanier, no doubt we're certainly going to see 2, 3, and even 4 wide action here tonight. It looks like we've got some cars doing some practice laps at the moment, and of course that'll it's not going to mean nothing, Chris, for the practice, because we've got qualifying to come up after this one.
Absolutely. Practice means absolutely nothing right now, except for getting your car worked in. Blake Majulis currently sitting quickest right now, 13.43. JD Brown second quick, 13.44. John Ruggiero Jr., 13.46, tied with Evan C. So, like I said, practice doesn't mean a thing at the moment. So everybody's getting dialed in right now, as we got like I said, it's an all-star cast of characters here on night 1 of Speed Weeks.
Well, and sort of take a look at how close this field is so far in this practice session. You look at the top 20 drivers, and it's separated by just 0.2 of a second. That just goes to show you that the field we've got not only here tonight, but what we're going to have for the entire week, and how much money is on the line throughout this entire Speed Week. It just goes to show that this is probably going to be one of the biggest and best Speed Weeks that you'll ever see.
Oh, that's absolutely right. We have 48 cars, and they're all within 1 second of each other right now that have taken time. Bo Krebs, the last car on take time, 14.41. He's currently sitting 48th on the timing charts. And your top car right now, 13.43, Blake Majulis. So everybody within a second of each other right now, with just about 2 minutes to go in practice. There you see the ticker right there on the left side of the screen.
Well, no surprise to see Blake Majulis in that number 1 position at the moment, but I got to say, some drivers that looking through this field at the moment. I'm going to mention a guy that has won 2 World of Outlaws iRacing 410 Sprint Car Championships, Alex Bergeron. He sits at the moment in 40th, 4/10 off the pace. But again, as I said, practice, it means absolutely squat, because in less than 2 minutes, we're going to go to qualifying, and that's when we're going to see the big guns really make a name for themselves here tonight.
Absolutely. Take a look at Kendall Tucker right now on the screen out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, in that Swindell Speed Labs machine. He currently sits in that 5th position on the timing charts as we click into less than a minute 30 to go in practice. I believe still only 48 cars have taken time at the moment. Now 49 cars now, as Blake Pigeon has finally timed in. So 49 at the moment here for night number 1 of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speed Week here at Lanier. Tomorrow night, 50 to win at Knoxville. Wesley Outland, Zach Newton will be on the call for that one tomorrow night. So be ready for that one tomorrow at the big half mile in Knoxville.
Well, we go from a 1/3 of a mile racetrack, Lanier tonight, to Knoxville, a big half a mile of a racetrack. Again, Knoxville has seen some fantastic racing in big money races as well. So, again, this Speed Week, and then I think Tuesday night, we're heading over to Wheatsport, I believe. Is that correct?
I got Tuesday night. It's going to be the finals of the Mimi's Making Some Motion Nationals right here at Lanier. That is going to be coming up on a Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night we're going to be at Lanier. Thursday night on the 17th we'll be at Volusia for a 75 lapper, and then the finale Friday on the 18th at Dirt Track at Charlotte 100 lap main event, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Nationals. So a big one there at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Once again, for those of you just joining us, my name's Chris Nunn, coming to you live from a studio in Bloomington, Indiana. Brett Wheeler. It's what time is it over there in the morning right now?
About 1/4 way too early to be up in the morning. 10 in the morning.
1/4 way too early. That's all right. I like that. I'm going to start using that one.
Yeah, well, you've used my 4 in the fluff anyway, so why not?
They've coming up. We have single car qualifying.
It'll actually, I believe it's just going to be the lone car for this one, just for the fact that there's only 4 minutes on the time. So these drivers have got 4 minutes and 2 laps.
All right, can't quite tell who we got on the racetrack there. That is Chad Combs. Oh, that's Tanner Tomasi, excuse me. Tanner Tomasi in the 09 machine, again taking his laps here on the speedway here at Lanier. Tanner Tomasi in that 09 machine. Coming to us out of Pittsburgh, Kansas, D1RT team, Reliable Energy Solutions Domination Race Cars, the sponsor on his ride.
Well, we'll see what he can do for lap times as Tanner Tomasi going to clock in. And 6 quick at the moment, and that time, it's a 10th off the, about just a little over a 10th off the pace, but have a look who is at top of the speed charts. The gasser herself, the lady racer, Jennifer Hans.
Absolutely, Jennifer Hans up top on the speed charts here.
What a time, 13.458, 6 1,000ths of a second over Nick Cooper. There's still a lot of drivers to go out there and qualify. The likes of Zach McSwain, Alex Bergeron, Richard Murtaugh Jr., Evan C., Drew Hopkins, just a couple of names that are getting set to tackle the racetrack. There goes Bergeron. He stops in turns number 3 and 4. Jennifer Hunt, still quick time at the moment. And well, wouldn't this be a way to kick off the Speed Week with Jennifer Hunt telling all the boys that she's here, she's not here to muck around? And well, as I say that, Evan C. and Ryan Underwood go first and second.
And there you see the 33 machine of Evan C. right there. There's Ryan Underwood of the number 46 machine coming to us out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, in that Team VLR machine. Evan C., though, at the top of the charts so far with a lap time of 13.41 seconds. Ryan Underwood second, 13.46. Tied with Jennifer Hans there. I believe they ran almost an identical lap.
Underwood hit a 13.457. Jennifer Hunt with a 13.458. So 1 1,000th of a second. As you said, Matthew Logan now on screen looking to get his first lap. And his first lap, not the best one. But this second lap should be a whole lot better as he makes his way down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to jump to 32nd quick, 13.633. Again, just 2/10 off the pace, sitting in 32nd quick.
Yeah, currently sitting 32nd is Logan. Cole Cabry behind him. Taking a look back throughout the field. Blake Pigeon currently last on the qualifying order here. As qualifying laps are running down, there's Drew Hopkins in that number 157 machine. Drew coming to us out of Bronhead, Kentucky in the Drew Hopkins Racing Bighorn Taxidermy, Kentucky Dirt iRacing League Highline Designs, number 157.
Well, that is nearly all but one car has qualified, and that happens to be the driver of CJ Howe. Just make sure that, well, he's got some technical issues on his machine, the number 5 machine, so that's going to make it 50 cars officially completed a qualifying lap here at Lanier to open up the first night of Speedweek here. And well, it's all M&C 13-4-1-4, and a massive shout out to Jennifer Hans, third quick in a field of 50 drivers.
Absolutely huge shout out to Jennifer. Third quick by just 5, just right there. She was close. It was right there. I was pretty proud of her. All right, we're going to take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 1. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Grace Productions. On the pole, you're going to see the number 33 of Evan C. out of Chesney, South Carolina, the VLR Racing, iRacing, iFlag, Dirty Grass, Soul VLR, Next Level Designs, Captain Morgan C. High Performance TAC 3 Defense, sponsored 33. And outside of him, it's Blake Majulis in that 127 machine out of Asheville, North Carolina. He's a former Morton Building Woo iRacing Super Late Model champ and a 3-time World of Thunder iRacing Super Late Model champion.
All right, number 2 inside in position number 3, driving car number 33. That's Richard Murtaugh Jr. On his outside, driving car number 17. Eric Scalf lines up out of position number 4.
In row number 3, we're going to see Brandon Freeberg in the 171 out of Metamora, Illinois, in EAD Racing, Freeberg Racing Components, Dyer's Top Rod sponsored machine. Outside of him, it's Blake Cannon in 44, coming to us out of Evans, Georgia. The Swindell Speed Lab Esports Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear, Augusta Aquatics, Down Under Graphics, sponsored 44.
Here we go back to the 7th starter in car number 17. That's going to be Justin Sick. And to his outside, driving car number 56, that's Big Bad Brad Dyer.
In row number 5, the number 51 machine, that is going to be Anthony Bate. And outside of Mr. Bate, in the number 19 machine, that'll be Donnie Batiste, coming to us out of Gentry, Arkansas, the Native Pride Racing machine. Donnie Batiste in 19. This is heat race number 1, brought to you by Grace Productions. Night number 1 of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speed Week. Going to send out some shout outs to people watching tonight. Rich Murtaugh, what's up, Mr. Murtaugh? Brent Lee in the house from here in Indiana, one of the best looking race cars you'll see. Brent Lee, if you get to look at his stock car here in Indiana, he's one of the best looking cars you'll ever see. Josh Van Manen checking us out tonight as well, so if you want to get some shout outs, there you go.
Well, looking forward to the first heat race here tonight. Evan C. and Blake Majulis, 2 drivers that I'm pretty sure, actually Blake Majulis, he actually won the first World of Outlaws iRacing Late Model Championship, and Evan C., who I'm pretty sure ran inside the top 3 as we're getting set to go green here off turn 4.
We are underway here in heat race number 1. It's Evan C. taking the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Blake Majulis currently sitting behind him out of turn number 4 down that front straightaway. Is Evan C. your leader? Majulis second. Murtaugh in that 3rd spot.
Evan C. continuing to lead as the yellow flag is going to fly here tonight for the first time in heat race number 1. Trying to find out what happened here. Might have been Blake Cannon in that number 44 machine. Let's see if we can bring up a replay here of the 44 Blake Cannon. You just see slides up. Scalf, they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, Scalf gets into Cannon it was. So, man, tough luck for both Scalf and Cannon on that exchange.
Absolutely bad break to start off the night here between Cannon and Eric Scalf here in heat race number 1. 9 to go here in this one.
Well, that's not how you wanted to start your speed week off. Getting caught up in an incident there in turn number 1 and I don't know what turn that was, actually. I forgot what turn we were in, but yeah. But thankfully, it's only in the first couple of laps, so they've still got about 8 to run. Plenty of time to make advance forward in tonight's opening heat.
Still plenty of time. You also got to run the, if you don't make it through here, the heat races, you got to run the mains tonight to try to get into tonight's feature event, where we'll take the top 2 into the Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals on Tuesday night. Back underway here in heat race 1.
All right, keeping an eye on Blake Cannon trying to come through the field right now, but again, it's all Evan C. out in front, top 3. We're on the save line, and we might see this for the first couple of heat races here, Chris. A lot of drivers working the bottom side. It will start to slicken off, and that's obviously when the track is going to widen out. They'll go to the middle and they'll start to go back to they'll use the top side. Once we see that black slick racetrack, that's when we're going to see the drivers, really show their skill and go top, bottom, middle, anywhere that is necessary.
All right, so you got Murtaugh now closing into the back end of Blake Majulis' machine as they both run the bottom side of the racetrack down that back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Evan C, though, pulling away from him just a tick as they roll down that back straightaway.
Oh, Evan C continuing to do a fantastic job here in the opening heat race. Just 3 and a bit to run as they make their way down into 3 and 4. It's C, Majulis, Richard Murtaugh. Only the top 2 from the heat races going straight into the first night of the prelim A main event here. Night number 1. What can Blake Majulis do? The first ever iRacing World of Outlaws late model iRacing World Champion. Can he track down the 33 of Evan C? Just a lap and a half to run here, Chris.
And the back straightaway they go. Evan C has got the lap car underneath him of a bait. They clear him as they roll into turn number 1 and 2. C, Majulis, Murtaugh are in a 1, 2, and 3 down the back straightaway for the final time here in this first heat race brought to you by Grace Productions. It's going to be Evan C picking up the win. Blake Majulis coming home in that second spot. Richard Murtaugh in the 3rd position.
Oh, what a way to open up the opening heat race. Well done to Evan C. Victorious here tonight. And it's going to put him in a good starting position for tonight's main event, which I believe is going to be contested over a 40-lap distance here at Lanier.
Gonna be a good one here tonight. Heat race number 2 brought to you by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. On the pole, gonna sit a 46 of Ryan Underwood out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Team VLR, Hunt the Front, TAC 3, Dirty Grass, Soul, Newton Cattle Farms, Wise Power Equipment, Hourglass Expert, Tedder Family Racing, Envision Custom Graphics, Fairlight Race Cars, Mullen Race Engine sponsored machine. Outside of him, Mason Clark in the number 22 machine out of Clear, Michigan, in the Carter Speed Machine, Reliable NG Solutions, Red Rock Edits and Designs, Team Carter Speed Machine.
All right, rolling off out of position number 3 for Swindell Speedlab from Petaluma in car number 52. It's going to be James Edens on his outside from Greenville. In the team VLR.com, iRacing iFlag, Dirty Grass Souls, VLR, C High Performance, TAC 3 Defense. He's the Season 9 DirtFan.com national champion. It is Devin Morgan.
Row number 3 on the inside, it's the 101 machine of Alex McCollum out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey. And outside of him, Drew Hopkins in that 157 machine out of Broadhead, Kentucky. The Bighorn Taxidermy, Kentucky Dirt iRacing League Highline Designs machine.
4th row in car number 41, position number 7, Matthew Logan on his outside, a 2-time World of Outlaws 410 Sprint Car champion, car number 12 of Alex Bergeron.
All right, 5th row, we are going to see the number 500 machine. That is Tyler Berry. And outside of him, Tyler Ducharme in the number 9 machine out of Castleton, Virginia, as we are underway here in Heat Race 2, brought to you in part by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. And it's Underwood leading him down the back straightaway.
Clark, Edens, and Morgan. They go 3 wide. There's contact. Clark gets shuffled out. Keep an eye on Bergeron to come through the field. He's already up to position number 5. But again, it's the top 2. How about the battle for the final transfer position? Morgan on the inside. Edens on the outside. Side by side into 3.
Good battle here as they come out of turn number 4. Morgan and Edens side by side. Morgan's on the bottom of the racetrack. Edens right there in the number 52 machine. While this is all going on, Ryan Underwood starting to pull away as they roll out of turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. And that battle still raging on for the second spot.
Oh, a couple of World of Outlaws late model pro drivers as the yellow flag comes out. Morgan and Edens, man, they were waging war on each other. Mason Clark having some issues in that number 22 machine. Let's take a look at the instant replay up on your screen, and again we'll see how this all unfolded here as contact, and in goes Clark into the wall. He goes upside down, does one gentle flip and pulls that car back to pit road, calls the virtual tow truck, and that's going to be the end of his heat race.
Yeah, definitely a tough break for Mason Clark there, the number 22 machine. He will go to the pits and be done for this one. Once again, heat race number 2 brought to you by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series here at the Mimi's Makings in Motion Speedweek's opener here at Lanier, here on LSR TV, your home for live sim racing. Got 2 races tonight, Brett. Hopefully both of these will be some fantastic ones here as we got our first feature coming up here in just a little bit.
I have no doubt that we are going to see some wonderful racing here tonight at Lanier National Speedway. This is probably close to one of the best racetracks here on the iRacing.com service for track that provides multiple groove racing. And again, it's certainly not going to be short of any sort of action here tonight here on LSR TV.
Getting our lineup set back to go here in heat race number 2. Out of turn number 3 and 4, back underway as Ryan Underwood leads the field into turn number 1 and 2. Eden's now to the inside. He'll take that second spot away. Morgan falling backwards.
Oh, Morgan not having a good restart. There's McCullum. Oh, Tyler Berry in the 500 machine around in turns 3 and 4. For the moment, we are going to stay green. And just as I say that, the yellow flag comes out. Then Tyler Berry, unfortunately, the 500 machine caught up in other people's dramas. But how about replay coming up on your screen here? Just keep an eye on this 500 machine. Look at them. 2 and 3 wide down the back straightaway as we go into 3 and 4. There's some contact. McCullum gets hit by, I believe that is Hopkins in the 157. And the poor old Tyler Berry nowhere to go on that exchange. And he doesn't go upside down, but he gets the car restarted, refired. And just before that yellow come out, I was just going to say, keep an eye on Alex Bergeron and Tyler Ducharme. Both drivers had to come from positions 8 and 10, and they are up to 3rd and 4th already.
Yeah, Underwood and Edens better have their heads on a swivel here because Bergeron and Ducharme, and they are absolutely flying towards the front. Remember that bad break from Morgan, though? He was up there in that second spot, slipped all the way back, currently sitting in 6th.
Yeah, you really hate to see it there for Devin Morgan, but sometimes luck just not on your side, and he'll look to change that luck around.
All right, heat race 2 still on the racetrack here. Ryan Underwood is your leader. James Eden second. Alex Bergeron in that 3rd spot. Here we go. Back underway. Here they come out of turn number 1 and 2. James Eden's going to try to close in on Alex Bergeron, or sorry, on Ryan Underwood down the back straightaway as Bergeron tries to close in on Edens.
Now watching the number 12 machine, the team ABR entry of Alex Bergeron. Works low through 1 and 2, closes in on James Edens. I got to say, Devin Morgan. Here comes Tyler Ducharme in that JDR Graphics number 9 machine. He's all over the back of Alex Bergeron down the front straightaway. 2 to go as we go into 1 and 2.
Out of turn 1 and 2 they come. Underwood still leads Edens. There you see Bergeron back there in that 2nd spot, or the 3rd spot in 12. Now Morgan trying to close back underneath Ducharme down the front straightaway. Oh, this is all happening. Ryan Underwood starting to pull away as they roll down the back straightaway.
Ryan Underwood into 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat race number 2. Ryan Underwood going to the big dance here later on tonight, as is James Edens. Unfortunately, Alex Bergeron, who advances 5 positions in this one, he's going to find himself back there in 3rd position. And that'll wrap up heat race number 2. Heat number 3 up next.
Heat 3 brought to you by Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics. And on the pole, it is the diva of dirt, the queen. It is Jennifer Hotz as she rolls off in that number 11 machine out of Knob Noster, Missouri. The MDM Motorsports Hans Performance Mimi's Makings and Motion Speed Incorporated machine. And outside, Kendall Tucker in the double O. Out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, Swindell Speed Labs. And South Bay Partners, HMS Motorsport, RE Suspension, ML Performance number 00.
From Bakersfield, California, in the A1 Spring in TFR, car number 13, Jerry Flippo will start position number 3. Rolling off out of position number 4 for Slick Sim Sports in car number 14 from Bakersfield, California, it's going to be J.D. Brown.
Row number 3 on the inside, it's going to be Brent Rolls in that number 17 machine out of Newfane, New York. The Vanderpool Racing, NASA Energy, Bilstein Shock Absorbers, Mike M Designs, Rides Motorsports Photography, and Hunt the Front. Outside of him, we're going to see the 93 machine. That'll be Kyle Dersham out of Ann, Ohio. And the Team Reflex Sim Racing, Dice Race Design, Reflex Sim Racing, Kings of Sling, Wild Horse Broadcasting, World of Thunder, Mimi's Makings Emotion, DirtFan.com, Ultimate Dirt TV sponsored machine.
Rolling off out of position number 7 from Cornelius, North Carolina, I believe that is. In the Swindell Speed Lab 71C, that's Cole Cabry out of position number 7 on his outside out of position number 8. In the Envision Custom Designs, Total Family Racing, Bilstein Racing Stocks, Longhorn Chassis, Textron Off-Road entry, that is the 23 of Ethan
Ethan Tedder.
Okay, apologize, Ethan.
That's all right. Row number 5, we're going to see Chase Winkles in the 110 out of Falkville, Alabama. The MDM TRP Performance, DirtFan.com, Mimi's Makings in Motion, number 110. And outside of him, a number 68 machine. That'll be Bo Krebs out of Eureka, California. The TNT Auto Body, Advanced Roofing Techniques, Outlaw Boss, School of Dirt, and Krebs Design sponsored machine. And we are green. And heat race number 3, brought to you by Swaggy Wraps and Graphics.
Well, Jennifer Hines has gotten off to a good start here in heat race number 3. She has got one of the best in the business of Kendall Tucker, tucked right in behind that number 11 machine. Lap number 1 is in the books, and Jennifer Hines, the gas of the lady racer herself. She's putting it to the boys right now. JD Brown's moved up to 3rd, but here comes Tucker. He moves to the middle of the racetrack into 3 and 4.
Hans leads down that front straightaway here into turn number 1 and 2. Tucker trying to find every way he can to get around her. She kind of got crossed up there coming out of 2. Tucker going to look to the inside now. Going to try to shove her up the track just a bit. Not able to do it. Hans holds on to the lead.
Hans out in front at the moment. Tucker all over like a rash here down the back straight away, all over like COVID-19 going on here at Lanier National Speedway. JD Brown is closing in on Tucker right now. We're going to have a 3-car battle for the race lead, but Tucker back to the inside, down to the low side into turn number 1 and 2. Hans is the middle of the racer, and she drives away from Tucker, and here comes Brown to the outside on Tucker.
Yeah, Brown's got that outside line here to the outside of Tucker down the front straightaway. And while that's going on, Hans holds on to the lead. Tucker back there in that 2nd spot. Only the top 2 go to tonight's main event. We're going inside JD Brown's machine, or Kendall Tucker's machine, as he rolls the bottom of the racetrack. You see all that dirt right there on the visor as he now goes to the outside of Hans.
Yeah, that's JD Brown, who's in 2nd position, who we're riding on board with right now for Slick Sims. He slides up the racetrack. In comes Kendall Tucker on the inside. The race, look at the top 3. You can dead set, get Grandma's quilt out, throw it over the top 3. But Jennifer Hunt, wouldn't this be a way to open up the season of the Speedweek campaign? She already went 3rd quick and looking for a heat race win here tonight. She's got 2 to run as Tucker closes in on down into 1 and 2.
Well, while that was going on, Flippo went in there and threw an elbow there on JD Brown. Flippo's now up to that 3rd spot as they roll down the front straightaway here as the white flag is coming out here very shortly. Hans still holding them off here. Down the back straightaway for the final time into 3. Jennifer Hans is going to win. Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics heat race number 3.
Well, what a way to finish heat race number 3. The gas of the lady racer herself. She has just whooped some of the boys' backsides. Wow, Jennifer Hans gets the win. Kendall Tucker home in 2nd. And that was the top 2 that go straight through to the main event.
Wow, what a good race there. Heat race number 4 coming up, brought to you by Folds Graphics. And on the pole, we are going to see the number 2 machine. That'll be John Ruggiero Jr. And outside of him, we're going to see Zach Blaine in that 25 machine out of Gaffney, South Carolina. He'll start 2nd.
Starting position at number 3 in the Slick Sim Sports, H&M Automotive, Doug Perry Towing, Dominator Design, and IRAP's entry. This is the 311 of Dustin Hall. On his outside, out of position number 4 in the BDR, Folds Graphics. Number 15 next machine, it is Tanner Folds.
Starting in row number 3, we are going to see Tanner Tomasi out of Pittsburgh, Kansas, and the D1RT Reliable Energy Solutions Domination Race Cars machine. Outside of him, it is Hagen Sorensen in that number 45 machine out of Harlan, Iowa. And the Folds Graphics, Mimi's Makings and Motions, Sorensen Equipment sponsor machine. He was a Season 9 WOT, or World of Thunder Racing League Pro Late Model champion.
All right, rolling off out of position number 7 in caliber 5 for LGC Motorsports entry. It is Doug Silvernail, and on his outside out of position number 8 for Batten Motorsports in the number 21 machine, it's Tyler Batten.
Row 5 on the inside, it is Daniel Passmore in the number 8 machine out of McKinney, Texas. And outside of him, the number 6 machine, I believe, that is Jack Smith. That is the number 6 machine of Jack Smith. Jack Smith coming to us out of Medina, Georgia. In that National Restoration, Jackson Metal Roofing, H3 Automotive, Estes Heating and Air, JW's Precision Lawn Care, Competition Clutch, KRC Power Steering Machine, we're green.
Well, keep an eye on Zach McSwain in the number 25 machine. He gets a little loose into turn number 1 and 2 as up comes the inside of the 331 machine. Dustin Hall, they're 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th right now, but 2 by 2 out of turn number 4. Lap number 1 is in the books. They're going to go 3 wide for the runner-up position. Tanner Tomasi on the inside. Dustin Hall gets shuffled back. Tanner falls into the wall hard into the outside concrete wall of the backstretch.
Wow, we got a mess on the back straightaway. Lots of cars wadded up there. As we are going to go is to our instant replay here and check out all that carnage here.
Keep an eye on that 15 machine. He just caught in no man's land and just got tagged from every which way possible. The right rear quarter, he got turned into the wall, and Doug Silvernail as well in the 05 machine got caught up as well. He caught that opening down into turn number 3.
It's a tough break for those machines, getting all torn up here early on. And heat race number 4. Heat race 4 brought to you by Folds Graphics. And unfortunately, Folds, in the Folds Graphics heat race, got caught up in an incident.
Sometimes it's just the way it goes, unfortunately. Again, it was just, we've seen it a couple of times already, people just getting caught up in other people's, not so much mess, but just other people's accidents. And it's just racing, Chris.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want your business to be announced with you wadded up into the wall, nonetheless. But however, he's going to be able to restart there in the back. Green flag's going to fly here again as we got some bumper tag going on here out of turn number 4. Out the front straightaway, it's still Ruggiero out front, and Hall there in that second and final transfer spot. Zach McSwain in that plain black and white number 25 machine sits there in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, good job for Dustin Hall in that 331 machine. You see there's some damage on the right side of that Slick Sim Sports 331 entry, but like I say, John Ruggiero Jr. in that in the 44 machine. Good job by him so far. 4 down, 6 to run here in heat race number 4. We've got a total of 5 heat races on the program, so the second last heat race of the night before we move into the preliminary mains. John Ruggiero Jr. doing a nice job out in front of the halfway stage of this one.
There you see the top 4 running single file down that front straightaway. Ruggiero, Hall. Here comes McSwain out of the inside of Hall, trying to get that second spot down the back straightaway. Not able to get that spot. Tomasi, though, right there behind those 3, waiting for something to happen. But he's stuck back there in that 4th spot. Not a lot of passing going on here just yet. Track's not widened out quite enough, but we'll see that happen throughout the rest of the evening.
Yeah, you sort of sacrifice the early heat races to have the track widened up for the main event, and right now this is exactly where I said it'll be. You know, those first couple of heat races, you'll see it on the bottom, it'll go to the middle. We'll see drivers probably in the D or the C main start to use that top side, but once we come to that feature, that's where the multiple different lines are going to be coming into play, and that's when you'll see the drivers come out on the racetrack and really utilize those slick lines.
Yeah, definitely going to widen out throughout the rest of the evening. Slide jobs probably aplenty coming up in the feature events tonight. Final lap here in heat race number 4, brought to you by Folds Graphics. Ruggiero, Hall. Right now, your 1 and 2 cars going into the show. McSwain going to try to make one last-ditch effort to get that second and final transfer spot. Can't do it. It's Ruggiero picking up the win over Dustin Hall in that 331 machine. They'll be your top 2 cars going on to tonight's main event.
Yeah, big well done to Jack Smith as well, advancing 4 positions, 10th up to 6th, so well done to him. Our 5th and final heat race coming up right now.
Brought to you in part by Mike's Crazy Paints. On the pole, we're going to see the 35 machine. That'll be Nick Cooper out of Waterloo, New York. The D1RT Firehouse Subs Dig Racing Shocks machine. Outside of him, the 28 machine. That'll be Trevor Fitz out of Bakersfield, California. The D1RT and DRI sponsored number 28.
Rolling Going off at a position at number 3 in the $1 Million Motorsports entries. The Speedy Setup and Tyre Prep Specials, Apex Subsidies, Grace Productions, Mimi's Makings and Motions, car number 269. That is James Grace on his outside in car number 112. Yes, you know it's in the 11. Sorry. You know it's all his fault? In the Speedy $1 Million Motorsports entry, it's Dustin Sizemore.
It's like a mugshot down there, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
99 of Chase Hardy will start on the inside of row number 3 out of Stevens City, Virginia. And that Baby Ryan Speed Labs, and Z Newton Graphics, Newton Kennel Farms, Auto Glass Experts, sponsored 99 outside of him. The little head knocker, it's Trent Ivy and the number 88 machine. Coming to us out of Union, South Carolina, the Fox Shock sponsored machine.
And starting position 7 from Bloomington, Indiana, in car number 9, it's Chad Combs on his outside at a position number 8. Driving car number 55 in the Lone Star Racing entry, that's Dylan Dickerson.
Row number 5 on the inside, the number 26 machine, that'll be Kevin Hotz. Kevin Hotz coming to us out of Lamont, Missouri, in the MDN Mimi's Makings and Motion Speed Incorporated machine. And outside of him, the number 0.09 machine, that'll be Blake Pigeon out of Austin, Texas, and the Pigeon Para Motorsports machine. Getting ready to go green here, and Mike's Crazy Paints Heat Race number 5.
Final heat race here of the first part of night number 1 as the high side hustler Nick Cooper makes his way down the back straight away. We've got a good battle brewing for second and third right now. Grace up on the inside of Trevor Fitz. They race off for turn 4. Grace will have second in the start finish line. Fitz work in the middle of the racetrack, and here comes Grace working the low side. We are yellow.
Caution out here for the first time in heat race number 5, your 5th and final heat race of the evening. Yes, we'll take a look at the replay here. Your Swag's E-Wraps and Graphics replay.
That was Dickerson and I believe Kevin Hunt as well involved in that incident. The 26 machine of Kevin Hunt's facing the wrong direction, gets it back going again. And again, we've only seen the flip count as 1 at the moment.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Well, it's not often we see super late models getting upside down. If they do, generally 9 out of 10 times we see them get back on all fours. You've got to be unlucky if it stays up on its lid.
You get on your lid, you're pretty much done for, because they got that mandatory, I believe, that pit stop you got to make, right? It's like a minute and some. Minute
45 or a minute 50 for the virtual tow.
And that'll ruin your race right then and there.
As the lights are out on the pace truck, we're set for a restart here. Nick Cooper, Trevor Fitz, getting that second spot back courtesy of the do not count caution lap, so they go back to the last recorded lap. But I thought James Grace had it, but anyhow, we're back to green. 2 laps in, 8 laps left to run here in the 5th and final heat race of the night.
Cooper out front. Right behind him, it is Fitz there in that second spot down the back straightaway. Those 2 cars looking to work themselves into tonight's main event. James Grace sitting there in that 3rd spot down that back straightaway.
It's all Cooper at the moment. He uses a little bit of a slider line through turn number 3 and 4. Fitz continues to work the bottom side of the racetrack, so maybe he learned from his mistake when James Grace got by him in that opening exchanges of that heat before we went yellow. And right now, Fitz is protecting that bottom side, and poor old James Grace, he can do nothing but trying to find a different line here to try and catch up to the back of the 28 machine. But so far, D1RT, they run 1st and 2nd.
Nick Cooper's got a pretty good lead there over Trevor Fitz as they roll out of turn number 3 and 4 down that front straightaway. The laps are clicking down in their final heat race tonight, brought to you by Mike's Crazy Paints. Alphabet Soup action coming up next, or not Alphabet Soup, main action coming up next. So you got D mains, C mains, and B mains all coming at you here after these heat races are over. This one looks like a Sunday drive for Nick Cooper, though.
Yeah, and just to confirm, yes, that it is Alphabet Soup here tonight, as we do have a D main. Those drivers will go to the C drivers will go to the B, and then of course the B drivers will tag the back of the A. Just 2 circuits remaining around the 3/8 of a mile racetrack, Lanier National Speedway here in night number 1 of the World of Thunder Speedweek, of course presented by DirtFan.com. White flag is out for the high side hustler. He runs low down into 1.
Here they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. Your winner of heat race number 5 is going to be out of Waterloo, New York. It's Nick Cooper in the 35. Second place and final transfer spot will go to Trevor Fitz in that number 28 machine. The heat race is done and dusted. There, you're right. I stole one of your lines.
You mean another one? We're going to go on about this all night, aren't we?
Yeah, all in fun.
Exactly. It's all good fun. D-Main coming up next. 10 laps, top 4 to the sea.
D-Main brought to you by Scalf Race Wraps. On the pole, we're going to see Dylan Dickerson in the number 55 machine. Outside of him, Donnie Batiste in 19. He'll start second.
Rolling off in the second row, position number 3 from the Midwest, driving caliber 500. That is Tyler Berry on his outside from California. Starting position 4 in car 68. That is Bo Krebs.
Row number 3 on the inside, Harlan, Iowa's Hagen Sorensen, Outside of him, Blake Pigeon in the 009 machine. He will start in 6th.
Starting position number 7 in caliber 51, that is Anthony Bate on his outside. Out of position number 8 in the car speed, number 22, Mason Clark.
Row number 5 on the inside is Chase Winkles in the 110 machine, and outside of him, hoping to have some better luck here in this D-Main, it's Tanner Folds in 15.
And your 6th and final row, out of position number 11 in car number 26, that is Kevin Hunt on his outside. Not going to be here. CJ Howell did not make it for qualifying and will not start this one. And I can confirm Chase Winkles as well. He did not make the call. So 10 cars in tonight's D-Main. Yes, that is a D-Main. We've seen previously where the D-Main acts as a B-Main. That is not the case here tonight. Top 4 will go into the back of the C-Main.
Alphabet soup. Will anybody run the gauntlet here, or run the gamut? Will anybody make it from the back of the D to the C to the B to the A? We will find out here as we are going to get set to go with Dickerson.
Two drivers come to mind on that one, Sorensen and Clark.
Absolutely. We will find out here very shortly as the pace truck should pull in. And we should get set to go. Green flag racing here in D-Main, and brought to you by Scalf Race Wraps.
Green flag is out. Dylan Dickerson will lead us up into turn number 1 and 2. Tyler Berry on the inside of Donnie Batiste and the number 19 machine. They drag race down the backstretch. Remember, folks, top 4 go through to the C-Main. So if you're not into the top 4, well, your night is done here as Batiste gets a little tight. Sorensen looks back down through the middle of the racetrack. He'll take third away and keep an eye on that 22 of Mason Clark as we go yellow for Tanner Folds.
Tanner Folds' bad night continues. He is probably just wanting to stick his head in the sand right now and end this night altogether. Unless a miracle can happen, we'll take a look at our replay here and find out exactly what happened to Tanner Folds. You take a look at him right there in the number 17 machine. Oh, just got caught up again, looks like, in somebody else's incident right there.
Oh, it's been the case. It's been the case all night. We've seen other people, and that's the second time he's been caught up in somebody else's drama as well. Tanner Folds in that 15X machine. So, not a happy night for him, but Chris, as you know, that's just a part of racing.
That's right. He's still got another race tonight to try to get himself qualified for the Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals, as we will re-rack and restart and redo it all again as soon as this one's done.
Absolutely looking forward to the second race of the night. But again, before we even get there, we're still going to get through a D-Main, C-Main, a B-Main, and of course a wonderful, wonderful 40-lap A-Main event later on tonight.
All right, line up, getting situated. Dickerson, Berry, Batiste, and Sorensen right now currently sitting in the top 4 spots. Those drivers getting set to go on to the C-Main if things ended as they are now as we roll out of turn 1 and 2. Dickerson and Berry still 1 and 2, pulling away a little bit from Batiste and Sorensen as we roll out of 3 and 4.
Well, Sorensen all over the back of Batiste. We're going to challenge on for the race lead. Tyler Berry looks to have it out of turn number 2 and down the back straight away. The race is for the number 1 and 2 positions. Batiste having some drivers in the 19 machine, but it's Tyler Berry who has the lead down in the 1 and 2 here to complete lap number 4.
Here they come. It is Barry out front. Dickerson, Sorensen, and Batiste still your top four. Clark in that fifth position, trying to work himself into that final transfer spot into the C main. As laps are clicking down here in the D, Barry still out front, and Dickerson second as he rolled down the back straightaway.
Oh, keep an eye on the... Oh, look out! Dickerson, he got all sorts of crossed up into turn number 3 and 4. And now that's going to bring Mason Clark in the number 22 machine closing in on the 55 for the fourth and final transfer position. What can Clark do? He looks to the inside. Oh, here's the front bumper and pushes Dickerson out of the way. Man, if I'm Dickerson, I would be annoyed.
That pushed him right out of the transfer spot, too. Dickerson back to fifth, and he's into the wall down the back straightaway. Man, Dickerson has got to be one angry driver right now, as Clark is sitting in the catbird seat right now after shoving Dickerson out of the way.
Well, unfortunately, he's now not going to be in the final transfer position. However, the white flag is going to fly. Tyler Berry, your race leader. Here comes Hagen Sorensen all over the back of him, down the back straight away. Berry should protect that line down into 3 and 4. Sorensen gives him a little bit of a bumper as well. They drag race up for 4, and Tyler Berry going to have it by half a Carling. Wow, what a close race there in the end between Tyler Berry and Hagen Sorensen. Donnie Batiste in third, and Mason Clark getting the fourth and final transfer position. Chris, that's 2 drivers that I said that caught my eye that are going to run the alphabet soup tonight, and they're both done, or they've ticked one of the boxes so far.
All right, C-Main coming up, brought to you by LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs. On the pole, go see Brett Rolls in that number 17 machine out of Newfane, New York. Outside him, starting second, that's Jack Smith, and number 6 machine out of Bandona, Georgia.
Starting position number 3 in car number 99, it's going to be Chase Hardy on his outside from Georgia. The Swindell Speed Lab entry, car number 44 of Blake Cannon.
Row 3 on the inside is Drew Hopkins in the 157 machine out of Bronhead, Kentucky. Outside of him, another Kentucky native. He's a racer at Florence Speedway, Kentucky. That's Ethan Tedder in 23.
And the 21 from Carolina, Tyler Button will start position number 7 from Bloomington, Indiana. Chad Combs will start position number 8.
Chad Combs is right up the road from me here in Bloomington, within throwing distance. We could throw a rock at him right now if I wanted to. Eric Scalf on the inside of row 5 and 17. Outside of him, Alex McCullum in the 101.
Out of position number 11, car number 93 from Ohio, it's Kyle Dersham. On his outside from New York, the 05er, Doug Silvernail starts position number 12.
Row 7, here comes your transfers from the D-Main. It's Tyler Berry in the 500 and Hagen Sorensen in 45.
And the final row, positions 15, it's going to be Donnie Batiste in the 19. On his outside, the car to speed number 22, Mason Clark will start position number 6. And just to confirm, 12 laps, top 4 to the B.
All right, getting set. Can our 4 transfers from the D transfer out into the B? We'll find out here as the C rolls on, as we are green. They're already fanning out already. Down the front straightaway, rolls out front, Hardy. In that second spot, is this getting wild and woolly already here out of turn 4? Look out, we got him upside down.
Tedder, Ethan Tedder in the 23 machine, along with Doug Silvernail as well. That was just calamity. And to turn number 3 and 4, they were 3 and 4 wide. Let's take a look at the swag. E-Raps and graphics. Instant replay coming up on your screen. There's the initial start of the race. If you look at them already, they were 3 wide out of turn 2. Cannon, and just trying to figure out who that car was on the outside, but Ethan Tedder, and then Silvernail nowhere to go. Silvernail got nailed by the 15. Was that the 15 or was that was Sorensen? Sorry, excuse me. In that 45 machine, Sorensen nowhere to go as well.
So tough break. Tough break for those drivers trying to work themselves up into the B main event. Still 12 laps to go though. Maybe that's enough time for it to happen. We'll find out.
I'll tell you what, if your driver's outside the top 10 at the moment, you'd want to hope for a couple more yellows, and obviously, yeah, that'll send people towards the back. We up here, up in the booth, we don't want any yellows. We want to see some great racing, and we've seen some pretty good racing so far. But again, as this track starts to slicken off, we're getting set for a restart. These lines are certainly going to change around this 3 at the mile. Green flag is out. We're back underway.
Back underway in C-Main. And brought to you by LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs. It is rolls out front. Hardy and Smith, second and third. Blake Cannon sits in that fourth and final transfer spot right now, but he has got Drew Hopkins breathing down his neck as they roll down the front straightaway here into turn 1 and 2. Gonna stack him up almost 3 wide as here comes Hopkins to the inside.
Well, he's on the outside looking in. That's true. In fact, he's in the final transfer position right now. He was on the outside looking in, but he's now moved into fourth, looking for third over Blake Cannon. Now, these are a couple of World Championship Pro drivers as well that are duking it out right now. Cannon and Hopkins. Hopkins to the inside. Cannon, he runs a slider line up. We're going to car into the wall. It's the sixth machine. I believe that's Jack Smith. But out in front at the moment, Brett Rolls. A fantastic job. And how about Chase Hardy as well?
Chase Hardy sitting there in that second spot, trying to keep himself there into those transfers. Rolls Hardy, Cannon, and Hopkins right now batting. Right now, one spot out looking in. Chad Combs also trying to work himself up towards the front here in this C main event. Once again, top 4 transfer to the B. Playing some alphabet soup here.
Well, here comes Tyler Batten closing in right now on the 157 of Drew Hopkins. Tyler Batten is the only driver pretty much got that right tyre right up near the concrete wall, and he gets, oh, look out, Jack Smith, yellow is out. Blake Cannon avoids disaster there in 3 and 4. And the 6th of Jack Smith, the round. Let me bring up the Swags, eGraphics, and Wrap instant replay coming up here right now.
I just slowed right there. He's right in front of Dersham. Dersham nailed that wall a ton. As there you see Smith sitting right there as we are cautioned, and the whole field had to avoid him there.
Yeah, Blake Cannon, as I said, sort of catching that live, Blake Cannon was very lucky to get away with that one, because had he not gotten on the brakes or gotten off the gas, there's a very good chance that he may have ended up just on the outside of turn 4 visiting that ambulance.
Yeah, I do not want to see anybody in the ambulance, whether it be real, virtual, or whatnot, as safety is key here. And the best part about these races here online, you can't get hurt unless you fall out of your rig or fall out of your chair.
Wouldn't be surprised to see or hear of some people have actually fallen off their chair.
You've never done that.
I've never.
If somebody falls out of their chair while racing, it has to be in probably celebration.
Green flag is back out here in tonight's C-Main. Oh, we got a problem for Chase Hardy. Oh, he's got some dramas and he's fallen outside of the top 10. And that puts the 10 of Alex McCullum now into the 4th and final transfer position. Look at Mason Clark, the 22. He's moved his way up to position number 7, working the bottom side. Oh, patting into McCullum. And now in comes, that's Chad Combs.
Wow, tough break for some of these drivers that were working themselves up towards the front. They're stacking them up almost 3-4 wide down the front, sir. Now back straightaway. Chad Combs now into that 4th and final transfer spot as laps are clicking down.
Laps are really starting to wind down. Just 2 to run here in tonight's C-Main. Rolls, Cannon, Hopkins, and Combs. Watkin, Clark, 2. Clark now on the inside of McCullum. Now McCullum back to the outside. They'll look to go 3 wide down into 1 and 2. The wide is out, Chris.
Final time around here in this C-Main event, it's Rolls, Cannon, Hopkins, and Combs in that top 4 as they roll down the front straightaway. Rolls, Cannon, Hopkins. Chad Combs gets that 4th and final transfer spot into tonight's B-Main event. And everybody wads him up behind him after the checkers.
Well, top 4 have made it to the back of the B-Main. Now it is time for a 14-lap B-Main where we take the top 8. So, Chris, I nearly called you Steve then. It's going to be an 18-car main event.
B-Main brought to you by KRM Digital Marketing. On the pole, we'll see Richard Murtaugh Jr. in the number 33 machine. Outside of him, out of Drummondville, Quebec, Canada, it's Alex Bergeron in that 2nd spot.
On Bakersfield, California, driving car number 13, Jerry Flippo will start position number 3. Rolling off out of position number 4 from Gaffney. Is that in South Carolina?
Correct.
Yeah, still trying to get used to these prefixes. Caliber 25, it's Zach McSwain to start position 4.
Row 3 on the inside, James Grace in the 269 machine out of Fallon, Nevada. Outside of him, Brandon Freeberg. He'll start in that 6th position.
From Greenville, South Carolina, the 112, that's Devin Morgan will start position number 7. And from Florida, in Caliber 71, Cole Cabrey lines up out of position number 8.
Row 5 on the inside, starting 9th, that'll be Tanner Tomasi in the 09. Outside of him, the little head knocker, Trent Ivey in 88.
Starting position number 11. In Caliber 56, it's Big Bad Brad Dyer will start 11. On his outside from Carolina, the 41 of Matthew Logan.
Row number 7, we'll see J.D. Brown in the 14 machine. Outside of him, Daniel Passmore in that number 8 machine.
And we go back to row number 8 in Caliber 11, position 15. It's Dustin Sizemore, and he's outside out of 16th. It's Justin Sick.
Starting in row number 9, Tyler Ducharme in the 9 machine, and outside of him in the 18th spot, that'll be Brett Rolls in the 17.
Blake Cannon will start position number 19. Drew Hopkins out of position 20. And your 21st and final starter, it's going to be Chad Combs.
Those guys got a lot of ground to make up to try to make it into tonight's main event. And we are green here in our B main on night number 1 of the Mimi's Making Some Motion Speed Week. And it's going to be Murtaugh leading the group out of turn number 1 and 2.
Well, Murtaugh's got it all to do right now. He's got it all to lose, I should say. He's out in front. Lap number 1 of 14 is in the books. Alex Bergeron, one of the best in the business at the moment, pretty much for a long time, sitting back there in second. McSwain put a slide job there on Jerry Flippo as Flippo falls back to 5th now as James Grace continuing to work the bottom side. Devin Morgan moved up to 6th. Brendan Freeberg, Tanner Tomasi. That's the top 8.
Out of turn number 1 and 2 down the bank straightaway, Murtaugh, Bergeron, McSwain, Flippo right now as we roll out of turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. It is still Murtaugh out front.
Yeah, Flippo in that yellow and black number 13 has gotten by James Grace, and here comes Devin Morgan. Very surprised to see Devin Morgan buried in the mid-pack of a B main. Yellow flag is out. We've got one car pointed towards the inside concrete wall, and see what happens here on the flags, E-Wraps and graphics, instant replay, and it's Daniel Passmore.
Tough break for Daniel as he just got turned around there.
I did just drive up into Drew, I think it was Drew Hopkins. Hopkins nowhere to go on that one. So keep an eye, remember, on the top 8. That is the 8 is the magic number. If you're 9th or lower, well, your night is DONE.
Well, just till later, though. You can restart. You can make it in later, though. So you got into race number 2 coming up here tonight.
What about the restart?
Maybe you can learn something from this one.
Yeah, what about the restart? What about the restart front row here? Murtaugh and Bergeron. Tell you what, if Bergeron gets a start, we could be in for a race for the ages.
We'll find out here. Green back out here in our B main event. Top 8 transfer Murtaugh, Bergeron, McSwain. Top 3 comes James Grace sliding into your screen there on the bottom of the racetrack. He currently sits in that 5th position, and he's looking for more. He's got Morgan on the outside of him.
Flippo, the number 13 machine, has moved into position 3. He gets by Zach McSwain. McSwain continues to run the bottom into turn number 1 out of 2. He's right in the mid-track, just above the slick line. Flippo continues to work it to the outside. Meanwhile, Devin Morgan just behind him in the black and green 112 machine. He's made his way to position 5. McSwain now finds an opportunity to move up in front of Morgan. James Grace going to fall back to 6. And here comes Tomasi and Trent Ivey. That's the way the top 8 run.
Out of turn number 4 down that front straightaway is Murtaugh, Bergeron, Flippo, and McSwain. Everybody running the high side right up there next to the wall. Top 8 right now, it is Trent Ivey on the hot seat in the 8th position. J.D. Brown right behind him in the 9th spot.
Yeah, don't count out Cole Cabrian at 71, the Colin Strong entry for Swindell Speed Lab, and then the 44 of Blake Cannon. Can he make a run from the C? From the C to the A, we're currently in a B main, 5 to run with 3 wide. Oh, Grace getting shuffled out as JD Brown now, and Cole Cabry, they're going to battle it out for positions 8 and 9. Cabry on the outside in the final transfer spot.
Cabry right now into that 8th spot. JD Brown right behind him in 9th. Ivy sits in 7th. Anything can happen with 4 to go here. Everybody up there. Murtaugh, Bergeron, Flippo, McSwain, Morgan. Everybody safe up there in that top 5. Tomasi, Ivy, and Cabry. Now JD Brown just for a split second into that 8th and final transfer spot.
Oh, it's Fun Day Sunday here at the World of Thunder Racing League. The Speedweek. Cabry, Brown side by side. Ivy trying to put a move on Tanner Tomasi. 2 to go. McSwain meanwhile trying to put a move on Joey Flippo for position 3. But my eyes are glued at the moment on the final transfer position. 1 to go, Chris.
Final time, taking a look at 8th spot. It's JD Brown right now as we roll into turn number 1 and 2. Murtaugh, Bergeron, Flippo, everybody safe up front. Keeping our eye here on Cabry and Brown. Brown going to try to close the door. Cabry now back to the outside of him out of turn number 4 at the final spot. It's going to go to JD Brown. In at 8th spot, it's Murtaugh though picking up the win. Flippo 2nd, McSwain 3rd, Bergeron 4th, and it's Morgan, Tomasi, Ivy, and JD Brown as Murtaugh does some donut celebrations for the B main.
Wow, what a finish there for the B main. Unbelievable. This track right now, we've just seen a couple of different lines. And with the 40-lap A main event to come up next, right after this little warm-up session, man, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this main event.
Oh, it is going to be wild and woolly here as we just got a brief little practice session here. What a crazy night. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Mimi's Makings in Motion, Haas Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swag, E-Wraps and Graphics, Folds Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Class Super Street Series, Grace Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, Scalf Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Lab Pedal Productions, and Richard Rocket Setups. And I believe I saw in the rundown that Ultimate Dirt TV is giving $10 to the slowest qualifier each night. Is that what I read?
Yeah, sure. Courtesy of Chris Nunn. Yep, we can go with that.
I was just saying what I read in the rundown there.
Did we? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Since you've seen it in the rundown, we'll go with it.
Boy, I hope I'm not wrong.
Steve must be Steve must be setting me up somewhere. Either that or he's got me at a point where he rings me 4 times between the times of 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. Yeah, hashtag Steve, don't ever try and wake me up that early in the morning. It's never going to work out for you. Oh, main event, Chris. It's about to start. And we're going to do something very different here tonight. We're going to have the cars. You know what? I'll let you explain it. Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I believe we're going to have them parked caddy corner or a little sideways and angle themselves here at the front straightaway as hopefully they'll start to take shape doing that. So
what's going to happen is we're going to get the drivers all on the racetrack right now, and then they're going to pace around for 2 laps like they normally would at any start of any race. Again, we're going to have 45 laps on the board, but it is only going to be a 40-lap main event. Once the iRacing green flag comes out, we're going to get the drivers to stop on the front straightaway, and we'll give the grid, and we'll do it that way, and then we'll get the drivers back into their correct position, and then we'll have our 40-lap main event.
Should be a good one if that B main was any, foreshadowing for this feature event.
Well, think about what we had so far in those last couple of races. The C and B main, they were fantastic. Now we've trimmed this field from what was, I believe, 50 cars that had taken a qualifying time. Now we've just trimmed it down to 18 in the first part of the Speedweek prelim main event. We'll go with, I don't know if, no, you know what, I'm not going to go prelim. We'll just go main event. The drivers get a second chance in the next one anyway, so.
Absolutely. First one.
Right, so the iRacing green flag has been thrown, and we're going to see the drivers stop here from turn 1 all the way to the turn 4 and all the way down the front straightaway, of course, and then we're going to do your grid lineup from that.
I was kind of thinking we'd see a few of them wad each other up there trying to make that hard right turn there.
Well, we were discussing... I was actually discussing with Steve earlier on when he was telling me what we're doing, and I sort of posed the question. I said, how many drivers are not going to listen and do the incorrect thing? So far, I'm going to say all the drivers are pretty spot on, although that line is getting very, very crooked here on the front stretch. That's not a straight line, if I must say so. That is far from a straight line. Either that or I'm drunk. And I don't drink.
This race is going to be a wild one. That's my prediction right there.
All right, okay. So there's our straight line. The first 3 cars. Well, the first 2 cars would go with. Okay. All right, tell you what we're going to do. Chris, I'll let you do row number 9. So that way you can have the odd rows and I'll have the evens. So that way you get the front row.
All right, well, let's grid them up here.
Well, they're ready. Let's go.
Well, I don't have the grid in front of me.
That's because, okay.
Uh-oh.
Hang on. I've got, look, I'm very quick on my feet here. The feet that can't really feel things. So let's do that for you. And you're about to get something in the messenger chat, and that is your starting grid. Yeah, do you just feel free to just let me know when you got. There we go. No, that's not you. That's Steven saying that. There we go. Now we're good. We're ready to go.
All right, starting in the 18th position, it's going to be the number 14 machine out of Bakersfield, California, the Slick Motorsports machine. That'll be J.D. Brown. And starting in the 17th position, it's the Little Head Knocker. And the number 88 machine out of Union, South Carolina, the Fox Shock sponsor machine. That'll be Trent Ivy.
Rolling off out of position number 16 for D1RT, the Reliable Energy Solutions Domination Race Cars. Car number 9, that's Tanner Tomasi on his inside. Another B-main transfer. Starting position number 15 in the team VLR.com. iRacing iFlag, Dirty Grass Souls, VLR, C High Performance, TAC 3 Defense, a Season 9 DirtFan.com National Champion, the 112 of Devon Morgan, position 15.
Starting in the 14th position in the number 12 machine out of Drummondville, Quebec, Canada, in the Alex Bergeron Racing, Pit Logic, CSI Shocks, BK Designs, a Miro sponsored number 12, a 2-time NOS Energy Drink World of Outlaws Sprint Car champion Alex Big Bucks Bergeron. He'll start 14th and starting 13th. In the number 25 machine coming to us out of Gaffney, South Carolina, it is Zach McSwain.
Starting position number 12, outside of your 6th row, from Bakersfield, California, the A1 Spring and TFR number 13 machine, it's Jerry Flippo. On the inside, out of position number 11, in car number 33, from Fulton, New York, the RMR Racing. It's the Rocket Racing Setups, Flood Drive Properties, RMR Racing, Next Level Racing Simulators, Pagnian Americas, Cross Designs, AaronMyDirtBox.com. Entry, it is the 33 of Richard Murtaugh.
Starting in the 10th position, outside row number 5, it is the number 28 machine coming to us out of Bakersfield, California, the D1RT and DRI sponsored 28. That is Trevor Fitz. And starting in the 9th position, in the number 331 machine out of Columbia, Missouri, the Slick Motorsports, H&M Automotive, Doug Perry Towing, Dominator Designs, and IWraps number 311. That is Dustin Hall.
Starting outside your 4th row, in car number 00 from Mount Airy, North Carolina, the Swindell Speed Lab, Bell Helmets, South Bay Partners, HMS Motorsports, RE Suspension, ML Performance. It is Kendall Tucker. On his inside, a teammate in car number 52 from Petaluma, California, the Swindell Speed Lab entry. That is James Edens, lines up out of position number 7.
Starting in the 6th position in the number 127 machine out of Asheville, New York, the D1RT racing machine, and Morton Buildings World of Outlaws iRacing Super Late Model Champion, and a 3-time World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model Champion out of Asheville, New York, the 127, the Money Man is Blake Majulis. Starting in the 5th position in number 35 out of Waterloo, New York, and the D1RT Firehouse Subs Dig Racing Shock sponsor machine, that is Nick Cooper.
And outside your second row, driving car number 44 from Lincolnton. Is that in North Carolina?
That is the NC, yes.
Yeah, again, see, these are all new to me. Starting position number 4, it is John Ruggiero Jr. And on the inside of your second row, heat race number 3 winner in the MDM Motorsports, Hans Performance, Mimi's Makings and Motions, Speeding, car number 11. She's the Lady Gasser. They call her Mama Hans. Jennifer Hans will start position number 3.
And on to your front row now, starting outside in the 2nd position, coming to us out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and the Team VLR Racing, Hunt the Front, TAC 3, Dirty Grass Soul, Newton Cattle Farms, Wise Power Equipment, Auto Glass Experts, Tedder Family Racing, Envision Custom Graphics, Barry Wright Race Cars, Mullins Racing Engines, sponsored 46. It is Ryan Underwood. And tonight's pole setter, the number 33 machine out of Chesney, South Carolina, and the VLR Racing, iRacing, iFlight, Dirty Grass Soul, VLR, Next Level Designs, Captain Morgan, C High Performance, TAC 3 Defense, number 33. Your pole setter, it's Evan C.
Hey, Chris, I believe you got some famous words for us.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Let's rock and roll. And the only lady in the house.
Yeah, yes, that's. I can't believe you would say that. That's. Looks like these drivers have. But yeah, these drivers are going to start to roll off. They're going to get into their correct positions. And yes, you're getting the same thing that I am seeing at the moment. Now, I'm just hoping it's just a technical issue, but I think between the two programs, I think we may have to take a commercial break in a minute.
All right, race fans, with that, we're going to take a break here before our main event here at Mimi's Makings and Motions. Opening night of the Late Model Speedweek here on LSR TV. Myself, Chris Nunn, Brett Wheeler will be right back with you here in just a moment.
Right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm on the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana.
We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
All right, welcome back to Lanier after that short break here, and Brett Wheeler was helping out there involved here. Brett can probably explain what happened here more than I can, that's for sure.
Well, you see, when the sky gets cloudy and they turn into grey clouds, it becomes rain. What we've got is a virtual rain delay. No, okay, so what's happened, ladies and gentlemen, is it's just been a little bit of a mess up in the initial. It's something that both Cody and I have never seen on iRacing cars. Obviously, when we're doing the driver introductions, it had forced the checkered flag on that initial start when we were meant to roll off and go green. So what's happened is we've put up a new server with heat races, unfortunately, but the drivers are not going to do the heat races, so therefore we have to wait just I think it's about a minute or a minute and a half, and then we have to advance the heat races. So once we advance all the heat races, we are then going to get into the 40-lap main event. So you'll see up occasionally on your left-hand side, you'll see heat race 1, heat 2. The cars are not going to grid. So again, we just got to wait a couple of minutes. So it's a little bit of a waiting game at the moment, but not too far away is our 40-lap main event. Again, it's just a few technical issues, of course, on the beta side of things. Mistakes are bound to happen, but it is just it's a part of online racing.
We could have just called it easy and just called it a rain delay. I mean,
but that's why I said at the start there was rain delay. Do you not listen?
Why, damn it? We just could have called it a rain delay and didn't explain the rest.
Yeah, but you got certain people that they think they're better than everybody else and just like to complain about everything under the sun. So, but not gonna name any names. It's just the iRacing community, unfortunately. But we're looking forward to our 40 lap main event here. And again, like I said, we just do have to wait the pace truck to move off the circuit. Of course, no drivers are gridding throughout this one, and again we'll have our 40 lap main event. Looking forward to the first main event of the night. The track looks a little better shape than what we've seen just before that little rain delay, Chris. Yeah, no, good chat, Chris. Just leave me in the lurch. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Sorry, we're taking care of some stuff here at the house.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just leaving me. Just let me fly. Anyhow, a pace truck. Nice onboard shots from that iRacing pace truck again. We do apologise about this, but so things are out of our control, and we've got to make good of what was a difficult situation, but hopefully we won't see any of those issues throughout for the remainder of the weekend. Glad that it's happened on the first one and not on the last one where it all counts. So
absolutely.
All right,
appreciate everybody's patience too. That's good. Everybody being patient.
Absolutely. So now we know our starting grid is. I'm going to ask you for a prediction.
All right. I'm going to go with, let's see, I'm going with Blake Majulis from 6th.
You really want to make this easy on me, don't you? Did you not see who's starting on pole?
Yeah, but I've also seen Majulis come from the back many a times.
Yeah, but I mean, in those races, it's 50, 60, 75, 100 laps. This is only 40. I'm going to go, since you've got Majulis, and I mean, there's any one of these drivers that can win here tonight. I hate to be the guy that picks the guy that starts on pole, but I'm going to go with Evan C. I think he's got a point to prove.
Brett Wheeler taking the easy route here, ladies and gentlemen, going for the pole setter.
Absolutely. Look, I got to make it easier on me in the arms in the wheelchair. Really don't want to. I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk a mile to pick someone from the mid pack. So, well, that's heat 1 completed. Technically, no cars, and in fact, we're not actually going to have to wait all 5 heats. We've actually heats 3, 4, and 5, and we may just only see a B main that we're going to have to skip as well. So I'd say in about 5 minutes time is when we're actually physically going to see the cars on track. So looking forward to the rest of the week as well. Chris, I don't know how many nights you've got here of the Speedweek, but yep. There's a number of good tracks that we're going to visit throughout the week.
Absolutely. I've got tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday coming up. So I'm excited for those races. Unfortunately, the real life, the work and bowling schedule has to get in the way of all my fun here. But I'll be here for the 4 nights. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, tomorrow we've got Zach and Wesley on the call, don't we?
Yes, sir.
And they're at Knoxville, aren't they?
The big old half mile at Knoxville. That's right.
Rent car capital of the world, eh? Super late. Right, I tell you, they actually put on quite a show there. If the track slickens off like we've seen early, but just before this little rain delay, that track I reckon is definitely going to be 2 and 3 wide.
Can't wait for that one, Knoxville, man. That track prep is absolutely fantastic. Weed Sport's going to be another one too, where that turn 1 and 2, as awkwardly shaped as it is, it's going to cause some issues, I think.
What track was that? Sorry, I was reading a message.
Weed Sport.
I've just pulled it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Look, Weed Sport is a love triangle of 3 different racetracks. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong, and I think I'm pretty fairly accurate on this one. 1 and 2 is a Kokomo. Just for the simple fact that that wall comes out in the middle of 1 and 2. Down the back stretch is a Volusia. 3 and 4, and on the front stretch, I feel like it's a little bit of a Lernerville.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's 3-1 make weed sport. I've actually done I've done 3 league races, or 2 league races and an unofficial, the Sling Mud for Fun race so far at weed sport. I got 3rd in the first one, and then the second 2, 4, 10 races I've actually won. So I've got a good record at weed sport. But if I want to give my honest opinion, I'm not a fan of the track.
It's big and like I said, oddly shaped. It's going to take some getting used to, I think. But the more laps you get on it, I'm sure the more you'll like it. Maybe.
I'll leave that discussion for a later date. I'll give my verdict on in about a week's time. So,
have the big blocks came out yet, or that's still upcoming?
Not yet. I actually ran a super late model practice race there last night, and the track is actually very good on the bottom side. Even when the track slickens off, the bottom side still holds a lot of the moisture in there, and it's a very technical track to run the bottom side. It almost reminds me of like a Williams Grove to try and hit that bottom side. And people that run Williams Grove, once the track gets slick in sprint cars and late models and stuff, generally you go back to that inside line. Obviously the shortest way is the quickest way, but that is actually the case at Weed Sport. So hopefully that we get to see a broadcast, whether it's on LSR TV or elsewhere, if you go anywhere else. But just keep an eye once the track slickens over of the bottom side. Great news, we don't have to sit through a C main or a B main. We are straight into the warm-up session, which means yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are less than 1 minute away from rolling into the feature race and the cars coming onto the racetrack. In fact, race control giving the word to the drivers, you've got 1 minute, go onto the racetrack. By the time I finish this sentence, there is going to be 30 seconds left.
Looks like a jailbreak coming out of the pits there. Crew members getting ran over, pit boxes getting flattened, and everything else. And the cone got nailed too.
Thankfully, can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, the cone is A-OK, and we have many more of those witch's hat cones available. I had to be careful of how I worded that one.
All right, we're going to go ahead and just skip the introductions of the drivers again. That way we know we can get this race in. Track dried out after that quick rain delay. We were getting set to go. You got the jet dryer out, that's right.
And can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, Sammy Swindell is A-OK.
Ah!
Sorry, wrong car, wrong person. I should have got that Juan right.
There was no push truck for him to hit, though, on the front stretch.
Yeah, that's why I said I should have got that one right.
One,
yeah. Yeah, you get my joke now? Yep.
Yep, we got an air dryer, and then we need somebody to hit the push truck to make maybe some Swindell joke.
Oh.
Well, this push truck's invincible, so... It's not invincible, it's just not hittable.
You drive right through it.
Very good point. Our wonderful producers just told us that the pace truck had picked up the first night of Speedweek. It got the checkered flag first.
Yeah, he's up front in the point standings.
You know what? He led the most laps too. Very surprised in this field. There's a lot of talented drivers in this field. All right, Chris. You know what it's time for?
Hopefully, it's time for some green flag racing.
Absolutely. We've had a little bit of a delay at the start. Oh, is it poor old Zach McSwain? Problems on that 25 machine. He will not take any further part. So now from what was an 18 car field, and you've got to feel for Zach McSwain. He sat through all the issues on that 25 machine, all the rain delay, waiting for the track to get back in tip-top shape. And mechanical issues on the 25, he is out.
That absolutely sucks for him. Hopefully he'll be able to get it everything fixed up and ready for our next race coming up directly after this one.
You got to feel a heartbreak for the driver of the number 25 machine. But the R-Racing pace truck is about to move to the infield. We're not going to go green. I'm going to just step away and shut my door again so you don't hear Mason crying. He must have, he must know it's super late models. Alright, so the field getting assembled into their original starting positions. Again, we'll go row by row just quickly. We've still got a few laps to get this done. So Evan C. and Ryan Underwood in row number 1. In fact, I'm just going to bring up the photo that I sent. Row number 2 is going to be Jennifer Hunt and John Ruggiero Jr. Row 3 we'll see Nick Cooper alongside Blake Majulis. Row 4 going to be James Edens and Kendall Tucker. Row 5 Dustin Hall and Trevor Fitz. Those 10 drivers locked themselves in via the heat races earlier on this evening. From 11th through to what is now going to be 18 or 17, it's going to be Richard Murtaugh Jr. and Jerry Flippo. Then we'll go back to Devin Morgan and Alex Bergeron, Trent Ivey and Tanner Tomasi, and JD Brown, and of course Zach McSwain now at the back. And that will be our 17-car field here in the first night of the Mimi's and Making Motion. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Chris, help me out.
Oh my God, I was too busy.
Where's my page? Hang on. I'm going to get it here in a second.
Get it.
Mimi's Makings and Motions. That's what it was. How many M's and M&M and M&M's?
Mimi's Makings and Motions Speedweek. That's right.
I need a few Skittles to unravel that one.
Also want to send out a special thank you to Hans Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swaggy Wraps and Graphics, Fold Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Clash Super Street Series, Grace Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, Richard Rocket Setups, Scalf Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Lab Pedal Productions, and Ultimate Dirt TV, giving that $10 to all the slow qualifiers this week.
Yep.
That you had no clue about.
I had absolutely no idea about, but I'll tell you what, we'll roll with it. All right, Chris, it's time. The field is set. 40 laps on the board. It's your time to shine, baby.
All right, night number 1 of the Mimi's Makings and Motions Speed Week getting set to go here on LSR TV. Your home for sim racing. Evan C., Ryan Underwood, Jennifer Hotz, Jean Ruggiero. Lights out, green is out. Here we go. 40 laps here at Lanier. We are underway for the first night of the Speed Weeks.
Evan C. going to lead us through 1 and 2. How about the Mama Hans right now? Working the bottom side. Jennifer Hans. Look at them 4 wide already in the mid-pack of this main event already. And Jennifer Hans, she's going to lead lap number 1, I believe that was. They're on lap 2. Evan C. now working the top side. Hans continues to run the bottom side. She's very good on the bottom. As here comes C. working the outside. Hans going to lead that lap again.
Good battle up front. Hans on the bottom of the racetrack. C up top. And it's Cooper into that 3rd position as we roll down the back straightaway. And Edens and Underwood round out the top 5. Ruggiero in that 6th spot. Majulis now trying to work himself up. He's already up to the 5th spot. He's my pick, and he's up to 5th.
Couple of laps ago, Hans led by 6 1/1000ths of a second. She now leads by 95 1/1000ths of a second at the start-finish line on the previous lap. She's good on the bottom. Here comes Evan C. The gap once again, a 1/10.5. Jennifer Hans leading here on night number 1 of the World of Fun Racing leads Speed Week. But C through the middle slides up. 40 laps, a long way around. 35 to run.
Good race up front. Jennifer Hans trying to pull off the upset of the year right here. As look at all those drivers behind her. C, Underwood, Majulis now up to the 4th spot. Cooper and Edens run 5th and 6th to roll down the front straightaway. Hans still out front. Evan C in 2nd. Here comes Underwood trying to poke a nose underneath Evan C for that 2nd spot. Can't quite make the move. Everybody's stuck to the bottom of the racetrack now.
Oh, Evan C. nearly got into the back of Hans. Now here comes Majulis now getting the right side of his car up on the inside of Ryan Underwood in the 46. The battle is on for positions number 3 and 4. Majulis making quick work right now of Ryan Underwood. It forces him to the middle of the racetrack. This racetrack at the moment is all bottom. No one game enough to go upstairs except the high side hustle of Nick Cooper in that D1RT. Now here comes the challenge for the lead. C on the inside of Hans. Hans shuts the door into turn number 3.
Wow, what a great move by Jennifer Hans to shut the door on Evan C. C tried to root her up out of the groove. She had none of it. She kept him behind him. She pulls away just a bit here. C and Majulis and Underwood. Caution is out on the racetrack. Tanner Tomasi, going to take a look at our replay brought to you by Swag E-Wraps and Graphics coming up here. And here we go. Here's our replay coming up from Swag E-Wraps and Graphics. They're trying to go 4 wide, Brett, and that's not going to work. As Kendall Tucker took a hard lick into that opening into the wall.
I mean, just take a look at that. He hits the opening, but then what it does, he gets hit by Tomasi. His car actually comes back towards the front straightaway.
Yeah,
he hit that wall pretty hard, I must say. And Kendall Tucker, well, he's called the virtual toe, and
oh man,
I don't think that he's not happy. Not happy. Dustin Hall coming back out onto the racetrack as well after moving back into the pits. As about Zach McSwain, number of laps down, is going to find himself about 16 laps behind the 8 ball as we are back underway. No, we're back in the field, back up again. We're not going green.
A bunch of back up again, try that restart one more time. But how about Jennifer Hans? She's led the whole way, and she is making some great moves to shut off Evan C., who, you know, one of those pro drivers back there. She's holding off an absolute hornet's nest of pros.
Well, the drivers in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, C, Majulis, and Edens all have that World Championship Pro Caliber license. Richard Murtaugh, he was offered a World Championship license for the late models, turned it down. Nick Cooper's had a pro license before. Devin Morgan's got a pro license. JD Brown a pro license. Alex Bergeron, Kendall Tucker, Zach McSwain. So there's 8 official pro drivers, and there's about 10, including the unofficial ones. Oh, she hits the inside wall in the 1 and 2. Jacks the field back up, and Blake Majulis is rocking it in the second. Cooper has made his way to position 3, right on the top side. How in the world are we still green?
Wow, I can't believe now we're back to yellow. Caution is out as we take a look. There is the 88 of Trent Ivy right there. Man, what a jumbled up start there. We'll take a look at our instant replay here and take a look at what happened on the start there. She clipped that inside there. She clipped the opening there. That's exactly where Tucker nailed it and wadded up the field there. And there you see Trent Ivy getting the worst of it.
Oh, just, wow, Trey Ivy, unfortunately for him, but just waiting to find out who is actually going to get the EOL. As there goes Dustin Hall, just getting waved around there by race control. And one thing to note, the caution laps are counting. So the more time that we spend under the yellow flag, the less laps we're actually going to do.
And what a so I believe we're getting the field lined back up here. Hans, and how about my pick, Majulis? You chastised me for picking Majulis, being a 40-lap race, but how about it? He's right there in second.
I don't want to blame anyone, but you know, I blame Wesley. The curse of Wesley Outlander struck again. Anyhow, yes. So just to clarify on these caution laps, they are admin cautions only. So if the admins see that there's something wrong, if it's a single car spin, we won't see a yellow come out. But yes, can confirm that we are admin cautions only, and that's why we've only seen what have we seen? 2 so far? 3,
I believe so.
Lights are out. Green flag next time by. We are looking at 19 to go.
Jennifer Hans has led the whole shebang so far. Majula's, Cooper, C. Morgan, your top 5.
Damage too to the front bumper of that number 11 machine as well. How will that affect the handling of that race car? Green flag is back out, and here he is, Majulis, straight up on the inside, and Blake Majulis from position number 7 to the race lead. Here comes C on the inside of Jennifer Hans, 3 wide with Nick Cooper on the top side.
Cooper running that rim up top, trying to get a run off the top side, off the wall. Is Majulis out front. C. Morgan and Hans fell all the way back to that 7th position. That handling has got to be going away on that machine.
Absolutely, she is. That's certainly got an ill-handling race car. She's got, oh, look out, look out. That was Richard Murtaugh getting tagged there by J.D. Brown. Look at him, 3 wide now, down into 3 and 4 again, Fitz. Then we go back to Rogerio and Cooper, though, and 3 wide into 3. Rogerio stuck in the middle right now, but coming after your race leader, Evan C. Blake Majulis continues to lead this one, 15 to go this time by.
Down the front straight away, it's still Majulis leading. Evans C in that 2nd spot. Underwood sitting back there in 3rd. Top 4 or 5 running single file here. Out of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. The laps are clicking down. 15 to go. Coming to 14 to go this time by.
Well, what can Evans C produce here in the late stages of this race? You're looking about to 4, maybe 5 at 10th of a second lead as now Majulis looks to open up a bigger gap, and just looking at sort of last lap times as well, and we'll take a look at this lap time by Blake Majulis. And a lot of these drivers in the mid or the high 14-second bracket, 14-7, 14-8, there's some drivers there in 15 or higher. Ryan Underwood actually looks to be the quickest car on the racetrack at the moment. That last lap, he was a 14.764. This time by, he's going to go a little quicker with a 14.762. Ryan Underwood is coming in that 46 machine.
Underwood trying to make his way up towards the front. He's caught up to Evan C as they come out of turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. 12 laps remaining here in race number 1. Qualifying night for the Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals. That's coming up on Tuesday. Top 2 out of this feature get locked into that event on Tuesday.
Yeah, it should be a fun, it should be not only that night, but all night. Should be fun the entire week. Looking forward to seeing how this one is going to play out. Blake Majulis continues to pull away, and here comes Ryan Underwood to the inside on Evan C. Again, these last 5 laps, Ryan Underwood, he has certainly been the car to beat. Get a change of it that time by Devin Morgan. Shows his quickest lap on that previous one, 14.902. And look at those VLR guys. They are hunting the D1RT entry of Blake Majulis.
Out of turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Majulis, C and Underwood, 1, 2, and 3. Morgan in 4th. Fitz in the 5th position. 8 laps remaining as the clock is ticking here on this main event, night number 1 here of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Speedweek. Majulis and C right now, they're in the, their caution is out on the racetrack, looks like. Maybe?
Yes, caution is out.
Yeah, caution is out. Take a look at a replay here, find out what happened.
Like Dustin Hall, maybe one of these cars. I thought it might have. Oh no, I thought he got the back of Kendall Tucker. Dustin Hall gets tagged. Wow, they done well to avoid him just then. Wow. We'll trigger the caution though, and that's going to put us under the yellow flag conditions, which right now as it stands, as we come into 3 and 4, once I go past the start finish line, there's going to be 4 to run. You take the lights out on the pace track, you take another lap off, so 3 circuits remaining here in this feature event. Blake Majulis, he's got it all out in front. He's basically got one hand at the moment on this this winner's check here tonight, and well, Evan C will look to take that one away from him.
Caution's going to bunch him up here. Majulis, C, and Underwood, 1, 2, and 3. Once again, the top 2 getting locked in to Tuesday night's Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals here at Lanier. But we have a half mile in Knoxville sandwiched in between that tomorrow night. But we got business to tend to here. 4 to go here, and this one is Majulis takes the lead down the back straightaway. Out of turn 1 and 2 with C right behind him.
see continuing to work the bottom side. In fact, the top 5, 6, 7 cars are 3 wide for about 7, 8, and 9th right now. But keeping an eye up front because Blake Majulis, he's got 4/10 of a second lead down into 3 and 4. They'll come this time by out of turn number 4. Chris Nunn, the white flag is out.
White flag is out. Blake Majulis looking to make me look like a genius here on night number 1 as he rolls out of turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway for the final time. Winner of the first qualifier for the Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals coming up on Tuesday. It's going to be Blake Majulis. Evan C. comes home in that second and transfer spot. Everybody else going to have to try it again here in just a little bit. Right into a third. Devin Morgan fourth and Fitz rounding out that 5th spot. So good run for Trevor Fitz there in 5th.
Yeah, good run again for Trevor Fitz in that number 28 machine, but again, well done to Blake Majulis and the entire D1RT team, as there is your unofficial race results. Majulis C, Underwood, Morgan, Fitz, Richard Murtaugh in 6th. 7th is James Eden, Trent Ivy, Dustin Hall, and Nick Cooper going to round out the top 10.
Well, a good run from Blake Majulis working himself up there. J.D. Brown 11th, Flippo, Bergeron, Tomasi, Hans, Ruggiero, Tucker, and McSwain rounding out the field. Man, what a time. We got to give the hard luck award to Jennifer Hans, man. She led the first part of that race and had that handling issue after she got into the wall, but I got to give her the hard luck award there.
Or do you want to give it to Zach McSwain, who stuck through the rain delay and just as we rolled off, mechanical issues on that 25 machine? Both.
I'm going to give it to Hans for one reason only. She's our main sponsor.
That's just being biased. I say we put it to the people.
Make a vote, everybody. Who gets the hard luck award? Jennifer Hans or Zach McSwain? Make your vote now.
Yeah. See, look, you've got to go into these decisions impartial. You can't be showing favoritism.
All right, I'm going to head over to the interview booth.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if we're doing them here. Tell you what.
We're live up here in the interview booth here, high above Lanier Raceway, and we're going to bring in tonight's winner, Blake Majulis. You made me look like a genius. I picked you from 6th. How about it? Good run for you.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Brett was giving me some grief because it was a 40-lapper. He didn't think he could make it up there in 40 laps because you're notoriously good on those long runs. But, man, tell you what, you hightailed it and put it up front. What was your strategy there?
Yeah, I knew right before the race started that the track was really slick. It was kind of auto-gen, so it was more slicker than usual. And I knew if I could get down to the inside, I'd be really good there in warm-up. I felt really, really good. But I just built this setup like 2 days ago, and I was curious to see how it was going to run. You know, it's something different than what I've been running, and I've been struggling lately. I've kind of been sucking, so I wanted to change it up and try something completely different, kind of go back to my old ways. And it worked out here tonight. Definitely a good test for the 1,000 win coming up in a couple of days. So, you know, once I got to the bottom, I was definitely a good car there.
Hey, you had that. We had that little jumble up there. You know, Jennifer Hanson's leading. She caught the inside of the wall there. What was your view of that incident?
I was just I haven't picked the bottom on the restart, which you know, theoretically wasn't good for me. Lanier typically goes all bottom, so you know, I planned on running slider line and hopefully came out 3rd or 4th and tried to squeeze my way in, and fortunately I came out 2nd out of that. I didn't really see what happened because, you know, I was halfway through the corner by the time that all that went down, but you know, it kind of benefited in my favor, and I was able to get by Evan there. So
tell you what, you guys got yourselves locked into Tuesday night's Nationals, 1,000 to win, and it's got to make you feel good. You don't have to run this next race.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, just a good test here. You know, learn some stuff that I could use for the 1,000 to win. So, yeah, it was just a good night overall for sure. A lot of pressure taken off.
You got helping you out.
want to thank UNRT Racing for everything those guys do and all the hard work we've been putting in lately. Sim Seats, Matt Logan at ML Performance, Design 75, Jeremy Ray, Down Under Graphics, Howard Weaver for the paint. You guys for broadcasting, of course. My girlfriend Tia for everything she does, and everyone that watched. Thank you.
All right, that's tonight's winner, Blake Majulis, here at Lanier on our course qualifying race for the Mimi's Makings in Motion Nationals. Brett with our second place finisher coming in, Evan C.
All right, let's go down trackside. Chat to the driver that comes home second place tonight in the teamvlr.com, caliber 33. It's Evan C. Evan, well, congratulations. Second place tonight. You would like to be one step higher up on the podium. And start of the race, did you maybe just misread the track conditions or what went on in that number 33 machine?
Yeah, it's a little bit of misreading the track, and I just got tied off. So I thought for sure the slaughter line would have been a little bit faster there, but it just seemed like the bottom was the place to be pretty much the whole race. And top of getting tied and running the wrong line, Jennifer was able to get by us there, but luckily we was able to start on the bottom every time the yellow came out and made those spots back up.
40 laps are pretty much a sprint, especially around this Lanier. It's 3/8 of a mile. What was going to be your game plan after that warm-up session? What was going to be your game plan for the main event? And looking back at it now, is there anything that you could have done differently, whether it be setup or maybe something happened in the race that you wish you weren't involved in?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to have maybe ran the bottom there on lap 1, and I think it had damage after the second. It slowed me down. So I don't really know how fast he was those last 10 laps due to that damage. But I was testing the setup for a 100-lap race, and felt pretty good. So overall, it was a pretty good night, and we figured out hopefully we can get some speed on this slick track. On this new build, it's definitely different. So it was overall a pretty good run for us.
Well, you lock yourself into the main event on Tuesday night here. I believe it's 1,000 to win or something like that, but it must feel good. You don't have to worry about the next race. Are we going to see you in the next one here at Lanier, or are you just going to sit back and take it easy and just take the night off?
I'm probably going to sit back and take the night off and watch our teammates and help them out, see if we can get them in the show and locked in for the 100-lapper.
Well, you helped Weaver last night to get a victory. Now you find yourself in second spot, locking yourself into the big show on Tuesday night. Evan, congratulations. Second place finish. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, mate. Who makes it happen for you?
Yes, I think all the guys at Team VLR, Full Throttle Performance, Jeff and Iris and Knife Flag, Jim Emery at Next Level Designs for the awesome paints, Captain Ben Morgan, Kevin Dedman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, and just thank y'all for doing the broadcast, and Stephen for putting on this Speed Week. So I'm sure it'll be fun.
All right, there we go. Chris, that was Evan C., your runner-up, as I believe you're standing by with the driver that comes home in third.
All right, it's Ryan Underwood, the kid. Well, it's the man now, Ryan Underwood. A third place finish. You almost got up there in that transfer spot, though, but you made a good run of it in third. You got to be happy with it.
Oh, yeah, I think we really had a fast car there at the end, but it was single file out, so we really couldn't do anything.
Yeah, single file runs on the bottom. Blake was talking about, Lanier always gets mostly on the bottom. Was that what you were prepared for?
Oh, yeah. I was really rolling them last few laps. I just wish there was a top and a bottom, so we had ways to work around people.
All right, well, you got another race coming up, though. Hopefully you can move up a couple spots and get into those top two to get locked in for that 1,000 to win. Who you got helping you out? Who you going to get thanks to?
I got to thank everybody at Team VLR, TAC 3 Defense, Newton Cattle Farms, iRace Knife Flag, Toter Family Racing, Mimi Emotions, Wise Power Equipment, all them guys back at the shop that helps this car go around.
All right, Ryan, we'll see you on our next race here coming up in a few minutes. All right, that is our third place finisher, Ryan Underwood. Brett, wild race there. Got a feel for Jennifer, got a feel for Zach, but we got one more coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to the second race coming up here in just a few moments' time. But man, well done, Blake Magilla said. Well done for picking him as well. I would have picked him, but I'm just going to say I would have picked him if you didn't pick him.
Yeah, he's good. I gotta go.
Would've. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason why he won the first running of the World of Outlaws iRacing World Championship. So.
All right. With that, we're going to thank our sponsors again: Mimi's Makings in Motion, Haas Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swaggy Wraps and Graphics, Folds Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Clash Super Street Series, Race Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, our Richard Rocket Setups, Scalp Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Loud Pedal Productions, Ultimate Dirt TV, and everybody that helps make it happen. For Brett Wheeler, he's going to head down to the production truck. Zach Newton's going to join me for the next broadcast here shortly, for the Mimi's Makings Emotions qualifying night number 2 coming up shortly. We'll see you in a few.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.